When James got his St. Bernard puppy when it was 6 weeks old, it weighed 12 pounds. It has been gaining weight at a rate of approximately 3 pounds per week. So in Part A, we're being asked to complete the table below to help find an expression that stands for the weight of the puppy W weeks after James adopted her. Show the arithmetic to help you see a pattern. So let's see what we've got here. So let's start by thinking about it week 0. So remember, this is weeks since the puppy's adoption. Now, what does the problem tell us about how much the puppy weighed when James first adopted her? Let me just erase that little mark that I've made there. So the problem tells us that the puppy weighed 12 pounds. So when James first adopted the puppy, she weighed 12 pounds. So the weight was 12, right? Because that was just the information that was given to us there. So that there really wasn't too much to show in terms of that problem. That's just our initial information. But now notice, now we're being asked to figure out, well, how much would the puppy have weighed 3 weeks after she was adopted? So we know that the puppy is gaining 3 pounds per week. So every week the puppy gains 3 pounds. So in 1 week she would have gained 3 pounds. In 2 weeks she would have gained 6 pounds. In 3 weeks she would have gained 9 pounds, right? So this number of weeks, the 3 weeks, if we multiply that by how many weeks James has had her, here's the 3 weeks, we're multiplying that by the 3, which is how many pounds every week, that will tell us how much weight the puppy's gained. But remember, we're not just looking for how much weight the puppy's gained, we're looking for the puppy's total weight. So if the puppy gained 9 pounds, that's a gain in addition to how much she weighed starting out. So that 9 pounds we would have to add to the 12 pounds that the puppy weighed to start out. And so if we take 9 plus 12, that would give us a total of 21 pounds that the puppy would weigh 3 weeks after adoption. Wow, it grows fast. Now let's do the same thing for, let's think about 6 weeks. So 6 weeks since the puppy's been adopted. Well, how much weight would the puppy have gained? Well, we know that in 6 weeks, if the puppy's gaining 3 pounds every week, 6 times 3, that would be how much the puppy has gained in those 6 weeks. So that's 18 pounds that the puppy's gained. But remember, we have to consider how much she weighed at the beginning. They told us that she weighed 12 pounds to start. So if we add 12 to that, we would end up with a total of 30. Let's see if we can generalize this. What about at W weeks? Well, at W weeks, notice what we did here. Every time we had a week, we multiplied it by how many pounds per week she was gaining. So if we do W times 3, how many pounds she gained every week, or how much weight she gained on average. So 3 pounds a week for W weeks, and then if we add that to her starting weight, that's going to give us that general expression for the puppy's weight. Now let's do this last part. Evaluate the expression that we found for W equals 10. So we're going to take this expression and we're going to substitute out the W and we're going to replace it with 10. So 10 times the 3 plus 12. We're going to use our order of operations. So we're going to multiply first. So 10 times 3 is 30 plus 12, and that would give us 42. What does that mean? It means the puppy is going to weigh, remember this was the expression for the weight, so that's going to give us the puppy's weight as 42 pounds. And how many weeks had gone by? Remember the 10? That was 10 weeks since the adoption. And that's our final answer. 10 weeks since adoption.